Hi everyone, welcome back and Happy New Year to everyone. So today I'm going to be sharing with you some products that I will be decluttering, but I'm not doing it in a normal way where you go through the whole collection and pick out things that you want to keep and what you're going to give away. So I've already pulled everything I want to get rid of, and I will just show you everything as we go along. So without further ado, let's jump straight in. I just want to say, if you can hear some background noise, my boyfriend's playing Xbox on the side and my parents are outside my room. During the holidays, it's really hard just to find a quiet place, but anyway. So starting off with primer, the first one is this Olivia Hale primer, which was part of my project pan last year. And this is just too dry and way too silicone-y, and I really don't enjoy it anymore. So I will be getting rid of that. There's not much left. I'd say like more than half has been used, so getting rid of this one. Then moving on to foundations, I have 3 here. The first one is the Model's Own Runway Foundation. I did this in I got this in a mystery box maybe 2 years ago, and it's never matched my skin tone. It looks like I've used loads, but I actually haven't. The color is in 06 Chestnut, and it's just not even close to a match for my skin tone, so I have no use for it, so getting rid of that. Then I have this NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I used this in like my oldest makeup video, and it's old and expired, so it barely pumps out anymore, so I'm getting rid of that too. And then lastly, for foundations, I have this e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation in the shade Buff, and it's way too light for me, and it smells like soap. It's got a really strong fragrance, and I don't really enjoy it that much, and it doesn't match my skin tone, so I'll be passing this along to someone who can make better use of it. Moving on to concealers, so I have 2 here which are also really old. So the first one is the Kibest Refreshing Silky Concealer, and this is like a self-adjusting concealer. We got it off Wish also in like 2021, I want to say, and it's just too difficult to rub out under your eyes, and also it's color adjusting, but not to my shade at all, so we'll be passing that along to someone who can make better use of it, as well as this Model's Own Flawless Concealer Stick in the shade 07 Cameo. It's just too light, it's too thick, it's really drying under my eyes, so I have no use for it, so passing this along. Moving on to bronzer, so I'm sure if you saw my Project Pan final, you would have seen this bronzer. It is the Natural Collection bronzing powder in Golden Glow, and unfortunately it has shattered on me. I don't have the time or the patience to repress this, so I'll be throwing it away. I also did get this, I want to say, in 2021, so it's about 2 years old. It's got a 12-month shelf life, but powder products last a lot longer, but still, I don't want to repress it. I'm not really good at it. I broke out the last time I did it, so we're just going to get rid of this one, and I wouldn't pass something along like this that's broken, so in the bin. That's the only bronzer I'm getting rid of. Moving on to highlighters, I have 2. So the Olivia Hale Highlighting Compact in the shade Golden Glow as well. So this one is just very, let me show you, it's very like shimmery. It's more like an eyeshadow topper. I just don't like it anymore, and I have no use for it, so I'll send it to a better home. Then we have the Collection Gorgeous Glow highlighter as well, and this is in the shade 01 Opal, and again, this is just too light for me, and the pan is getting loose, so that is what it looks like there. And as you can see, it has like a white base, so obviously wouldn't match my skin tone. So I've held on to this also for like almost 2 years now, so it's about time I get rid of that, and I have a couple friends who I can give these to, so I will be doing that. Moving on to blush quickly, I have 3 blushes that I'm getting rid of. So the first is this Blush Symphony Repair Capacity by JoJo Makeup. Such a weird name for a blush, but anyway, it is in the shade 01, and it's just too shimmery for my preferences at the moment. It's more like a colored highlight, so let me swatch that there. You can actually barely see it. It also feels like chalk, so that is what that looks like. Not bad, but just not to my taste anymore, so I will be passing that along. Then this was also from my previous project pan last year, and the compact is broken, and I've panned both of those, and I just am over this product, so I don't need it in my collection anymore, so we'll be passing that along, and if no one wants it, I'll just be throwing it away. But I'm sure my sister would like this because it gives her some variety in her collection as well. Then I am getting rid of this She Glam Color Bloom liquid blush in the shade Float On. This is just too light for my skin, and like I've said many times, I really don't like the glitter that's inside it. So as you can see, it's again got a white base, so that's what it looks like. So yeah, not my favorite, and I think someone else can make better use of that. Moving on to brows. The first product is this NYX Control Freak, and I'm sure I've mentioned it many times. It just is too wet, the spoolie is too big, it doesn't hold, and also it makes me look like I have dandruff in my brows. So horrible product, probably needs to go in the bin, but we'll see if anyone would like that. Then I have these 3 micro pens. One is from W7, the other one's from Smudge, and then one from Wish. And they all have like these wannabe Benefit Brow little forks, but none of them work. All of them are just horrible and don't show up and look like markers. So don't like these, and definitely I'm going to throw them away. It won't even make a difference giving it to someone else because it just doesn't work. Moving on to eyeshadow primer. I only have one, and this is the Model's Own Eye Base eyeshadow primer, and I'm sure you've heard me mention this before, but this just has glitter all in it. It's silicone based and it makes my eyeshadow crease, so don't like it at all. I'll do a little swatch over there. Can you see how like reflective that is? So I don't know who thought this would be great for an eyeshadow base, but not my favorite. And then moving on to eyeshadows. So I have 3 palettes and then 2 singles. I'll start with the singles, and this is the Bourjois Color Edition 24-hour single eyeshadow, and I've shown this in my oldest makeup video again, and this is, whoops, this is fallen out. It was once a cream shadow, but it's now a solid block, and it's very old, so that will be going in the bin. Probably not eye safe anymore. As well as this L'Oreal Chrome Shine Shadow. This one also like no longer gives you much. It's like actual dust. So that's what it looks like. Not terrible, but literally flakes off and migrates all over your face. So no use to me. Maybe this will be obvious if you watched my eyeshadow ranking, but the first palette I'm getting rid of is this Collection Malibu Waves. As I mentioned before, it just has no pigment whatsoever. The shadows are non-existent. I mean, the shimmers are non-existent. So I can make space for something else. This is horrible. As well as this PS Berry Sweet eyeshadow palette from Primark. It's only £3 as you can see, but this was trash, so going in the bin. And then this as well, this I literally cannot pass on to anyone. I got it from Chinatown. It is the Dodo Girl 21 color eyeshadow palette, and first of all, no pigment, second of all, gave me a rash all around my eyes, so this needs to go in the bin, but I saved it to put it in this video, so that's going in the actual bin. Then for eyeliners, I don't use a lot of eyeliner, but I use like liquid liner and stuff, but these are supposed to be like colorful liquid liners, and it's from Beauty DNM, and it's supposed to be a brush tip applicator, but I don't know why every time I pick it, I pick the yellow one, which you can barely see. But as you can see here, it looks like a Koki, so like how are you supposed to use that as an eyeliner? I kept a couple of like deeper shades. I don't know what I did with the lid now, but I kept a couple of deeper shades like the dark purple, the blue, the black and the brown, because it can use. But I mean, this is a felt tip and it says brush liner on it, but I don't know what I was expecting from Wish anyway. So this is going in the bin. So it's not nice to share eye products like that. So also just sticking to the eyes for now, the mascaras. I have two. I know this one from my project pan I said I was going to keep because, you know, I use mascaras until they're actually done, like dried out and can't be used, but this formula has changed so much. So this is what the brush looks like if you don't remember. It is quite clumpy, but it's changed in the sense that it just breaks and falls into my eyes now. It flakes everywhere and also smudges really badly under my eyes, which it didn't do as badly before. So I'm assuming this is old, so that will go in the bin, as well as this one again I bought from Chinatown, and it is called the Nude Iman of Noble waterproof mascara. But this is so wet and it smells like tinned peaches, so I don't think that is eye safe. So this is also going in the bin. Lastly, moving on to lips, we have, let's go for liners first. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 liners. These I will pass along to someone who can make more use out of it, and it is the Kid Best lip liners. Got these off Amazon. It was like £7 for 10, and these 4 shades just don't work for me. Also, the shades on here don't really correspond with the pencil itself, but these are just too light for me, don't show up on my lips, and the formula is quite hard, but these 4 specifically just don't work for me, so I'm going to pass them along. And then for the lip products, which is the last of it, is the Model's Own Lix Matte Lipstick. So this is like a liquid lipstick, and it smells like eucalyptus, which is really nice, but it's such a dry formula, and it flakes and like settles in your light, and it's like it goes chalky after you've worn it for a while, so it's not very comfortable, and I think it might be off, so I'm going to throw that away. Then lastly, for lipsticks, I have this Revlon Matte Balm in the shade Elusive, and this is just too light for my skin. I absolutely love these formulas because they have like a minty tingly feeling, but this one just doesn't work for me. The color is so wrong. I've tried it in many ways. I've also had this for like 8 years, but I really do like the formula on these, so I'll hang on to the other 2 colors that I have, but this one can definitely be passed along. And then this one again from my project pan, it seems to be a trend. If it's in my project pan, it's definitely getting decluttered because I'm just sick of it. But this one is the Soap X Revolution. This was her Super Spice or something like that, but this one is called Fudge, and I'm sure you know what it looks like. And I'll probably pass this on to my sister, but I just don't like the formula because it's so shimmery and creamy that it literally ends up all over my teeth, migrates up and down my face. So not the greatest formula I've ever tried, and it is also no longer available. But yeah, that's all the products I will be getting rid of this year. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you all in my next one.